So I think this is the first time I've ever gotten a comment on my dice prices in all the years I've been making dice. And honestly, it's just kind of funny that this was the video that it got the comment on, and it's just for my dice scoops and not to do with my $400 Derpy Tiger dice. But this came up on YouTube, and I guess for people who aren't into, dice makers, dice making, the world of handcrafted things, $25 for like 10 dice is pretty cheap for when they're like handmade from scratch. Every single thing I've done myself. And if you think that's expensive for dice, you do not want to see what my normal dice listings are, because some of them are $250. Some of them are $400 for a set of dice because they can be completely customized. And I know people on Dice Talk have, spoken about this before, but why don't I take you through all the stuff that I have that make dice, and then you can determine whether it's worth it or not personally for you. I can't be bothered getting it up now, but 3D software, 3D modeling our own sets of dice. We make all of our own designs. We then have our beautiful 3D resin printer, which will print our master dice. And from that, you get a 3D print like this, which is clearly not a nice shiny dice at all. So you got to go through a bunch of sandpaper and polishing on every side of every dice to make it a glass finish until you get something like this. And you have to make sure that you don't take off any corners, you don't make them not flat. It's got to be as perfect of a dice as possible, which takes a really long time and a lot of skill. Now, the 3D printer and our modeling skills allow us to make other things that can go inside the dice. But before we can do that, we have to make all of our dice molds, which allow us to pour all of our dice. Now, we make all of our own dice molds, and we have in fact also made our own mold for our dice molds now, so that we can make this a bit easier for us. But even that requires a 3D printer to be able to print those molds. And here those are. Now, we haven't even gotten into making the actual dice yet to sell. And something to note, these molds don't last forever. They might last 5, maybe 10 sessions before they start to go a bit funny, and then it's a lot more work to clean up your dice. We also got to stock all the stuff that goes into dice, pressure pot, come up with all the cool designs that you can have for dice, especially if they have inserts. And yeah, that's why the dice cost so much. If it's not for you, it's not for you, that's fine. But these take a hell of a lot of work to do.